Greetings, everybody, and good evening, and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So it's time for that Saturday night show, What's New? Now, I did record this, and then just as I finished recording it, I erased it. So now I have to do it all again. I'm already late to begin with because I was working on the trailer. I had shopping to do for my daughter's birthday. I was making other videos. I was doing other stuff. I didn't even get to go to a couple things that I had planned to do. But anyways, that's the way it is sometimes. And so this is after 8 again. And now later because I messed it up. And we're going to come back and do it anyways. And it'll be a little bit later, but it'll be out tonight. So this is What's New. Comes out, like I said, usually 8 o'clock, but be later tonight. The album is called Mind Scales by the band The Windmill. So this is a neo-prog band. I believe they are Norwegian. A lot of good Norwegian rock bands, especially in the field of prog. They're maybe the leaders in prog now. They might be. Could be. So this was released July 1st, 2024 on the Crime Records label. It's about 40 minutes in length and was mixed and mastered by Carl Groom. Didn't say anything about producing, so I didn't use the word producing, but pretty much that's what he did. Appearing on the album for The Windmill is Eric Bergen, lead and backing vocals and guitars, Arnfinn Isaacson on bass, Stig Andre Claesson on guitars, Morten Claesson on flute, sax, and backing vocals, Jean Robert Verta on keyboards, backing vocals, and Christopher Utby on drums. And then others, they had one guest who played on the opening track, Emil Olsen. He's been on other stuff as well, and he played the acoustic guitar. So that's all of the kind of detail stuff. There were 4 tracks on this album. I'll tell you a little bit about... Sorry, I just knocked something over. Hopefully it's not going to spill on the rug. Anyways, album is very melodic, very kind of neo-prog sounding. From that kind of 80-ish sound to it, but very good productions, very clear sounding, excellently clear vocals on it as well. Lots of synthesizer, keyboards, lots of flute, not as much sax, some strong guitar parts as well. Overall, it's a very well constructed prog album. Like this is prog, it's pure prog at its best, and I like my pure prog at its best. So we'll break up the songs a bit. So you have the opening track, about 23 minutes in length, called Fear. This track has a lot of keyboards, very dominant on this particular track. Lots of heavy melodic synthesizer parts as well. Vocals are very clear in the kind of mid-range sound, not too high, not too low. The piano adds a bit of a melodic part to the album, especially when he's singing. Very dominated by, it's a very melodically dominated track. Some nice flute again, little bits of flute here, at times kind of dominating. During a pretty catchy run. So you got all these keyboards and guitar parts, really catchy, and then you have this flute on top of that, which is really good. The overall feel of the album, of this particular track, is really good. It's long, but it doesn't feel as long as you might ordinarily feel with a really long song like this. It's actually my favorite track on the album. The next track out is called Calton Hill. Kind of a nice heavy opening. Nice use of keyboards, synthesizers, and guitars here at this part at the beginning. Vocals are clear. This is the first track that you actually get to hear that kind of accent. I didn't hear it as much in the opening track, maybe because it was a lot of stuff going on. I wasn't paying attention to it as much. But this track clearly here is a Norwegian accent here. Catchy melodic track. No, sorry. Yeah, it's another catchy melodic track. This was one of the weaker of the two weaker tracks on the album, but not bad. I definitely passed it. The next track, I Still Care. Another catchy melodic track, lots of vocals here. This one actually has a second vocals going on, so you got the high one that you get in the opening two tracks, but then you have this deeper one, and it could be the same guy, and my instinct tells me it is the same guy. He's just singing in a lower register and playing them together, so probably overdubbing there, but some nice vocals here. I actually didn't mind his deep sound. I hope he does a little bit more of that. Anyways, this was maybe the weakest track, but definitely easily passable. The final track, which was about almost 6 minutes in length, is Nothing in Return. This was my second favorite track on the album. This one actually had some pretty heavy guitar on it. Heavy melodic guitar with some strong flute going on to accompany it. Vocals are melodic as well. Some additional keyboards and synthesizer noises going on throughout this song. But basically heavy guitar and pretty heavy synthesizer part combining, especially towards the end of the song. I think this was, I would like to hear more of this album. It's an album I think will go on the list of albums to search out. This and there's been a couple of bands, prog band albums that I've really wanted to get a little bit more into. I was out looking for the Solstice album today, didn't find that. I also was looking for the Steve Hackett album, and they didn't have any. They were out, so I'll have to go back and try again. But, some excellent stuff on this particular album, and definitely deserves to be a purchased item. And it's just a matter of how much you want to spend on it. I've been trying to control my urge to go ballistic. Bought 4 albums today, 3 of them used, 1 of them new. I kept it under $50, which is good for me. And it was just it was a good day for that, and a good day for this album. Was great. I enjoyed it very much. Listened to it while I was doing my baseball, so killed 2 birds with 1 stone. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and notification bell above me. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my throat from it all of a sudden. Anyways, that cleared it a bit. So if you have any comments about this album or anything I've said, you can put that in the comment section below. This will come out, looks like now it's probably going to be closer to 9, and at least it'll be out tonight, and hopefully I don't erase it this time like I did the first time around. Anyways, I hope you have a good evening, enjoy the video, and we will see you next Saturday night for another episode of What's New. Take care.